Let me turn up my volume some. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? This Sunday, how have you been doing, baby? Okay, I saw y'all coming in here, then leaving, then coming back. Come on back. Come on back. Okay. I haven't been live in a little bit, but I just want to talk about some things that I've been seeing going on in the news. Some things, some of you have been seeing it too. We know every time you think that the craziness is going to stop, it never does. In America, our country is off the chain. I don't know about other countries all the time, but I can tell you one thing. America is off the chain. You know, it's always something every day. And you're like, I just can't believe this. And then the next day is worser. The next week is something else. And you're like, what is going? It's just, Hey, Valencia, how are you? Okay. All right. So let's get started. Things happening in our world. Let's see. I want to start my first story. Well, there were some people online saying that when Beyonce wears blonde hair, you have people making all these videos. Oh, Beyonce is trying to be a white woman. You know, let me say this. Get over the fact that there are a number of us who look damn good with blonde hair. It goes very well with our skin complexion. Just because we are black or classified as black does not mean that a beautiful blonde or honey blonde does not make our skin pop even more. We look damn good, a number of us with blonde hair. Get over it. You think just because we're black women, you're not allowed. We can wear anything we want to, just like any other woman. And miss me with saying that, oh, well, the original woman was black African and made all the races, and all this other stuff. Y'all descendants of her. But yet you can't wear any color you want. Just miss me with it. Even white women aren't even natural blondes on average. So there were people on TikTok saying that when Rihanna recently showed up, can y'all hear me? Okay. When Rihanna showed up to her Fenty, some sort of event for her Fenty makeup, that she got praised and she looked really good. And they were like, it's interesting because whenever Beyonce wears blonde and does stuff, people are so quick to try to say, oh, you're trying to be a white woman. Beyonce has been rocking different tones of blonde for over a decade. So has Mariah Carey. Mariah Carey is a brunette with naturally curly hair. No one bothers Mariah Carey. It doesn't matter if her mom is white. Her mother's not a blonde. Nobody don't bother Mariah Carey. Nobody bothers a lot of women. But whenever Beyonce wears the blonde, and she's wearing a platinum blonde, and it looks good. It looks good. But when Rihanna showed up with her blonde, Rihanna has worn different hair colors. It's not the first time she's worn blonde, but some were saying, oh, it's because she's Caribbean. Oh, they only want to attack the American black woman. Anytime the American black woman. And let me tell you something I noticed, y'all. I'm not going to say any names. I look at a lot of stuff. I'm curious. I like to look at stuff. So I look at some of those Passport Bros videos every now and again. And let me tell you something. Some of them are talking to women in these foreign countries with jacked up hair weaves. In Africa and Latin America, they got weaves in their head, which is fine. And some of them are jacked up. And I just said to myself, now, hold on. Weren't black American men screaming and hollering and shouting about some damn fake hair all the time? But yet you go into other countries talking about these women is better and you approaching them and they got a whole head full of weave that don't even look good half the time. But it's okay because she got the weave. But all of a sudden you want to keep policing the American black woman. Hey, Nikki, they want to police the American black woman. Everything the American black woman does, it's like people, I don't understand it. Like you got people who will scream, you're not the ambassadors of blackness. You black Americans think that you're the ruling class of black. You think you run it all. You run the show. Well, American black is the most popular, and the ones who made being black popular, the ones who set a lot of the culture worldwide in America, that's just a fact. But it's almost like people hold you to a certain standard because you're black American, then they like to pretend like we're straight out of Africa or something, and we're not. And every time we do something, it's like a crime, like, oh, you wore this color hair. You did this. Oh, you look like that. Then if you don't look black enough to them, then they want to police that. It's like people just want to bother American black people when it comes to race and hair color, heritage, and all types of stuff. And I do see a hypocrisy how Rihanna is able to wear blonde. Mariah Carey, I love Mariah Carey. She's wearing blonde, but Beyonce wears blonde. And all of a sudden, hold on. You don't never bother Rihanna? Y'all don't never bother Rihanna for wearing that blonde hair. I don't want to hear nothing about nobody's heritage and all that other shit. Okay? Because there are plenty of black women with the same heritage right here in America. And, you wear some blonde and you got people that want to talk about you, even if it looks fabulous on you. People don't want the black woman to be the bad bee. Well, let me not say bee. It's a threat to a number of people. That's why they always pick at everything we do, because they got to knock you down. Like, oh, well, you look good, but you need to hit the gym. Oh, you look good, but is that your real hair? You look good, but did you dye it? You look good. Oh, well, I don't like that texture here. Oh, you look good. But you this, you that, you this. Always finding something to complain about and compare us to. Because really, when a person has to compare you all the time, it's because they are intimidated by you or they're jealous of you. They look up to you, but they don't want to say it. That's why you look at them on a certain level. That's why every chance you get to try to knock them down, you take it, because you don't want them to feel themselves. When people don't want you to feel yourself and know that you look good, they'll keep trying to find stuff to dish you about, like the littlest thing. And the hair thing is one of the biggest things they try to come for. It's like, okay, and without the hair, I'm still looking better than that woman that ain't black that you talking about. And other women who ain't black, are cute and beautiful too. I'm just saying, they love to bully and police the American black woman. A lot of hypocrisy. I ain't never seen Rihanna drag for wearing no blonde hair the way people do with Beyonce. Why is that? I really would love to know that. So anyway, let's go more into the stories. Okay, so Rihanna also recently said that she wants to cover up. She no longer wants to be kind of naked out there anymore. She has her children now, and that's behind me. Those days of being booty naked sometimes are behind me. And it's true. That's what happens in life. We mature. We mature as women. That doesn't mean you can't be sexy. It's just you're not, once you have, even before you have kids, not everybody wants everything out there. But she pushed the envelope in fashion. She's known for her fashion. And I love Rihanna's music. To me, Rihanna has some of the best music this decade. As far as the artists that are superstars out, she makes a lot of good music. She does. She really does. I love this. What's that song? First, I love We Found Love in a Hopeless Place. We found love in a hopeless place. I love, baby, this is what you came for. Lightning strikes every time she moves. You. I also love, where have you been all my life? All my life. Where have you been all my life? She makes a lot of good dance music. I I love some Rihanna's music. I really do. And so now she's announced that she wants to cover up. I remember, this dress, this was a fabulous look, but, you can see her nipples, her booty cheeks were out. And I'm like, I know it was a fashion event. I love it it would be great to me if she wore maybe some nude nipple coverings, some nude nipple coverings, okay? And some nude underwear. I would have done that if I would have worn that, but her makeup was fabulous. The head wrap, the diamond head wrap was fabulous, but this is one of her most iconic looks too, and she was she was naked in it. So she's like, you know what? I'm beyond this now. I'm a mother. I've grown, and those days are behind me. Okay. I remember when she was pregnant, she pushed the envelope. Now, she went to a fashion event. She did have a jacket with this, but I would personally not wear this. Her makeup is fabulous. The jewelry is fabulous. Pregnancy bump is fabulous, but not the bottom part. I'm not doing that. But she did. And one thing I could say that I do like is that Rihanna did show women that just because you're pregnant doesn't mean that you can't be stylish. You don't always have to wear maternity wear. Just wear, if you're a size large, let me just say, just get a bigger size. If you're, let's say, just wear plus size clothing. Or some women are already really skinny and get pregnant and they're still skinny. Let's say you're a size small, you get pregnant. Okay, now you wear a size large or extra large top. It doesn't have to be maternity wear all the time. You can still be stylish. Now, I don't believe in wearing no high heels. If you're pregnant, you got to make sure you don't trip and fall, And I know I've heard a lot of women, their feet get swollen during pregnancy. That happens sometimes too. But Rihanna, she wore a lot of trendy things when she was pregnant. And I thought that was really great to see, to show women, I'm still fabulous. I'm still cute, and all that, and I'm showing off. She showed off her belly bump, her baby pregnancy belly bump a lot. And I thought that was cute that she did that a lot. So she recently said that, she's a showstopper usually at the Met Gala. She was the queen of the Met Gala. She's been slipping the last year or two, but she's had some iconic looks at the Met Gala. So the Met Gala is coming up, and she said, I'm going to be chill this year. She says that I am a mom, and I don't have time for that S, okay? You will not see me looking crazy or risque like you used to, y'all. This is a new Rihanna. Okay. I heard she's working on some music, and maybe her music might even be a little bit different. Just because you're a mother doesn't mean you can't be sexy. It doesn't mean you have to look like a grandma. It doesn't mean that at all. But there is a such thing as maturing and pulling back on some of the outfits that you wore because you don't want to embarrass your kids and all that, and dressing for your body and being comfortable. And, I can't wait to see what music she has and the looks that she has. So let me see what she was saying.
I just refuse to buy maternity clothes.
Your maternity style has been so refreshing. What made you put your stamp on it over the last 2 years?
I approached it like everything else I approach with fashion. I just want to do things my way. I just want to always switch it up and put my own twist on it, but I just refuse to buy maternity clothes. Really and truly, I was like, whatever fits is what's going to work. And that made me challenge myself to get clever with style. With the first pregnancy, I feel like I was able to wear heels all the way through. But then with the second pregnancy, you have a toddler, a belly, it's winter, you have a coat, a baby bag, and you're like, heels? Maybe not. And that's why I got a little bit more creative with my comfortable style. And then I got too comfortable after I had my second kid, and I just was in robes, PJs, sweats. And now I'm playing again. Now I'm having fun with my clothes. It really is the least important thing, but it does something for you as a woman, and as a mom, that's important for us.
One thing that I literally just thought to myself is that Rihanna's a businesswoman. And I think it would be so smart if she came out with the maternity line, of stylish clothing for women who are pregnant, because she was representing and doing that during her pregnancy. So, she said, I refuse to wear maternity clothes. Maternity clothes get a bad rep sometimes for being a little bit frumpy, but it can be comfortable, So I think that would be a great thing for her to do. Start a pregnancy clothing line, a maternity line that's up to date with fashion, trendy, cute. Who knows what else Rihanna has up her sleeve? I mean, she doesn't have to work again if she doesn't want to, but sometimes no matter how much money you get, I mean, we have dreams. A lot of us out here have so many things we want to put our hands into. It's not all about just, I'm a billionaire now. I've made it. I'm just going to sit down. That doesn't always happen. It's like, no, I'm a billionaire and now I have the money to fulfill every dream I ever had, to put my hands in everything, and even if it doesn't work out, I still have money left over that I'm fine. It's just a lot of fun, I'm sure, to be able to do a lot of different things. Now, I know that there can be stress probably trying to run multiple businesses, but you can hire people to help you with that. But so Rihanna said that she's not wearing revealing clothing like she used to all the time, that she is a mother now. And this is not unusual or unnatural. This happens for a lot of women. They say you have your fun when you're young and then you have your kids and then you kind of slow down and all that other stuff. I'm not saying to go out there being butt naked. There are plenty of women I've seen who have had children who still are in incredible shape. Still wear shorts above the knee with a heel, tank tops, all of that. I mean, you can still be sexy. Beyonce still looks good. The women from the Real Housewives of New Jersey look fabulous. Melissa Gorga and Teresa. So just because you were a little older or you had kids doesn't mean that you have to let yourself go. But you do want to be respectful because you got to think your kids are going to grow up and you don't want to embarrass them. No one wants to look. Most people don't want to look and say, damn, my mom was a straight up hoochie. Like everything was always out. She came to my school dressed a certain way. That ain't cool, and you're representing for your children, your family, your man. And it's good that Rihanna is mature like that to know, I have kids now and I do want to. I'm protecting my legacy, their legacy, and I'm also a mother and I want to be respectful to my kids growing up. I can't be all out there. I even heard that Cardi B said something like that. She doesn't always feel comfortable with the music she makes because she has children. Just because you have kids doesn't mean that your sex appeal goes away. It doesn't mean you don't like certain things and all that stuff. Women still have SCX who are mothers, are still sexy, still, because one thing I hated when I worked in retail one time is that there were so many women who weren't even old, who just they kind of came off like straight up frumpy grandmas, like, oh, I can't wear this skirt that comes to my knee. I'm like, are you serious? Or women, I even saw women who didn't even want to wear a bra, both young and old. And I thought this was absolutely insane. So you see all types of stuff, but she's mature now and she wants to not dress like that all the time. So shout out to Rihanna. Okay, so look, I shared what I thought in my community section. I did, about Sade Robinson when it first happened. And God bless and rest in peace to Sade Robinson. What happened to her is disgusting. And I said this was going to happen, stuff like this. Because just men, period, especially in this country, a lot of them are insane. You have to be careful with any man you go out with. I told you that you stand a higher chance of getting married to men not black who come from a culture of marriage. That does not mean that some of y'all will not run into nut jobs. They're everywhere. Every race has them, but the black woman is being murked up by black men, something serious in this country. You know, like a black man has a higher chance of being murked by another black man versus a police officer. That's just facts. But this is not a game. This is life, and stuff happens. And we saw something happen to Sade Robinson. And I pray that she was not alive before he dismembered her. You know, I don't know all of what happened in that man's house. I also don't know why she went to his house after the first date. Any woman, I don't care what race you are, you don't go to a man's house you just met. And I'm not saying that to justify what happened to her, because that should not have happened to her. Okay. They also discovered that blood in that man's house was not even Sade's on the bed. It was someone else's. So he might have, more victims that we don't know of. I also heard that his father is a rich man with connections. So maybe that's why he might get away with certain things, or he did. This is just, I'm not going to lie to you. When I saw this story, it made me scared to date a little bit. I don't care if black or white, men are nuts. I've seen the videos of women being awed by their Uber and Lyft drivers recently. Okay. But I noticed that there were black men and women who wanted to use Sade's story as a fear-mongering tactic towards black women who interracially date. And baby, that ain't going to work up over here, because we're not safe anywhere, a number of us. It's the luck of the draw at this point for black women. For all women, but especially black women. You don't know what you're going to get. You don't know who might try to hurt you. We are an unprotected class of women in this country. And I'm sorry to have to say that, but it's true. And there are a lot of factors as to why that is, especially, black women who are racist. What do you expect people to think? They're not going to protect you. You don't even like other people, some of you. So you're just screwed. You know, the racists are not going to help you, and the black men are not going to help you. And I just called out some hypocrisy that really irritated me, because Deasia Johnson, she was 22 years old. She was found chopped up in a suitcase. This was last year. At the bottom is her black boyfriend, who also dismembered her. And I just felt like, look, don't try to use what happened to Sade as some fear tactic, or saying, see, you go to the white man and look what happens. There was no outrage when Deasia got chopped up by her boyfriend, and she was 22. I'm tired of it. I said any man of any race who is hurting a black woman is an enemy to me. Period. I don't F with all white men. I F with a certain caliber of men, regardless of race. That guy looked like a fucking Dusty to me. He looks stink. I wouldn't have talked to him. But everyone's taste is different. And no one deserved what happened to Sade. Okay? You know? And I just wanted to point this out. Don't forget about Deasia. You know, I don't want to just blown up what he did to Sade, but yet when the black man dismembered her, no one was outraged about it. Black people weren't putting it all over TikTok and warning you, oh, you're in danger from the black man, black woman. He's going to dismember you and chop you up. They don't talk like that. They only say it when the guy is not black. I told you, they only care about black life if somebody not black takes it. The black man can chop you up every week. They don't care. In fact, they'll make an excuse and say you probably had a big mouth and deserved it. They say stuff like that. So another black woman was dismembered about a week after her. Now, not this story. It was a guy who said that the woman had passed away in an SCX act that they had. And after she passed away, he ended up chopping her up to hide her body. Now, this is recently, at least they discovered this man has been sentenced to 45 years in jail after strangling 18-year-old. 18 years old. He strangled her and dismembered her. Take a good look. What I want to know is, well, why is he getting 45 years in jail? Why aren't you executing him? Make it make sense. I don't need him to be in jail. I want him executed. He strangled her and cut up her body. What is the point of him sitting in jail? Make it make sense. Get rid of him. I want to say something else. This whole justice system in our country is severely lacking. And if it were up to me, the laws would be changed. We would be having executions every month. Something serious like you've never seen, because I don't believe in wasting tax dollars on people who KILL and cold murder and grape. I don't need them sitting in jail. I want an execution. You chopped her body up too? You needed to be executed. Okay? So this happened in Texas. So much is going on in Texas. Lord Jesus. What's going on in Texas? Henry David Cassette. He's a 29-year-old man. He took her life and dismembered Sarah Ann Goodwin. She was 18 years old. 18. He strangled her at his Houston apartment February 6th. Okay, this was 2022. After leaving for the grocery store, he purchased some trash bags. Hold on. Upon his return, he dismembered her body in the bathtub, placing her body parts in multiple bags before disposing them in a rural area. The victim's friend had informed officials about her whereabouts after he told her friend she was being picked up. Okay, when he failed to respond to the phone after the phone died, her friend reported her missing to the police. A chief in the district attorney's homicide division, Dana, said a big part of this crime is that he looks and behaves like a normal person you see every day. You wouldn't suspect it. But you never know what someone can actually do behind closed doors. After 2 weeks, he attempted to set his apartment on fire, prompting neighbors to call emergency services. Upon extinguishing the fire, the firefighters were informed that he had unalived a woman and disclosed the location of the trash bags. So again, he's been sentenced to 45 years. 45 years in prison. So this man is 29 years old. He's talking to a girl who just turned 18. Whatever happened in that apartment, I don't know. And he took her life and went to the store, got trash bags, and cut up her body. Oh my goodness. You know, this is not as uncommon as a lot of people think. We're just hearing about it a lot more, and we're seeing Black women's faces showing up. Now, some people want to just focus on the white man. They don't want to show the Black man who's been chopping Black women up too. They don't want to talk about them Black men serial killers that was caught in Ohio just about 3 or 4 years ago. But yet they talking about the white man's a serial killer. Black men are killing up Black women too. A lot of prostitutes too, but they don't think their life matters. Don't forget what happened in Ohio. And it's a lot more of them. A lot more. Okay. So people think, men are dismembering women now. It's been going on, putting them in swamps, all types of stuff. People just didn't know about it. There's a reason you can't ever find the bodies of missing people a lot. They putting them in meat grinders, all types of stuff off of Dexter, all types of stuff. Okay. So Royal Jim says, hey, Alexander, Royal Jim says, I think that they don't want to be the one signing off on someone's death and the person given the injection as well. That's traumatic for them. It wouldn't be traumatic for me to sign it for a serial killer or rapist or a cold-blooded murderer. I feel like, show us you really love us and give the victims some actual justice. There's no reason why certain people should be walking this earth, in my opinion. Okay, so let's go to the next story. This woman disgusts me. This woman is dangerous. I said this woman is dangerous. I mean, look at her eyes. Look at that photo and look at her eyes. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem took out, it's just certain words you can't say here on YouTube, can affect your channel. But she took out the gun and she took out her puppy. Oh, I mean, what? The Trump VP candidate. Hell no. Hell no. Kristi Noem doubles down on taking the life of her less than worthless hunting puppy. She said, I decided what I did. Let me tell you something and you listen to me. Any human being that can take the life of an innocent animal, they are dangerous. They're deranged. They're serial killers, especially a woman. We as women are known for our hearts and loving little animals and babying them, holding the puppy, even a hunting puppy. The fact that this woman could get the gun and take out a puppy is all I need to know. I ain't voting for this woman for nothing. I don't trust her. This woman is evil. You got to be real evil to take the life of your pet. Now, if I'm trying to put the baby out of its misery, the pet, because the fur baby, because they're suffering, that's different. You decided hold on, let me read a little bit of this before I say any more. I'm disgusted. This woman is dangerous. Okay. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem is defending her decision to unalive her puppy after detailing the story in her forthcoming book. She wrote in a lengthy post on X that explained why she decided to take out her dog Cricket, whom she described as unattainable and less than worthless as a hunting dog, really. She says, I can understand why some people were upset about a 20-year-old story of Cricket, one of the working dogs at our ranch. She wrote, this book is filled with many honest stories of my life, good and bad, challenges and painful decisions and lessons learned. Listen, okay, you had a hunting dog. The dog, you described your hunting dog as worthless? So you're telling me you couldn't give the dog to a shelter, or even if maybe you said it wouldn't listen. Maybe it was violent. I don't know. Why didn't you take it to get put down? I'd rather go take my animal to get put down with an injection to go out peacefully than get a gun and shoot him down. Lady, there ain't nothing you can say to me. There's nothing you can say to me. I'm disgusted by you. I'm disgusted you would do something like that. Disgusted. And she's okay. And she got on that hat, Make America Great Again. Now, I'm not against black people who are Republicans, but what I'm about to show you soon, you might want to rethink voting for them because, look, y'all not about to put my ass in the handmaiden's tale. The hell you're not. Also, I want to say something, too. There are a lot of Republicans and some Democrats, but there are a lot of Republicans who swear they're trying to bring back a Christian nation. Y'all ain't Christian. None of you are Christian. And let me tell you why you're not Christians. I don't give a damn how much abort you know what you're trying to get rid of and the LGBTQ stuff. And I do agree that children under 18, I don't even believe even over 18. I'm not giving you no hormones to try to change you into a woman or a man. No. But let me tell you this, okay? Now, I don't have nothing against all Republicans, and I don't like all Democrats. I don't like a lot of them on both sides because a number of them are full of crap. But some of them are good people. Okay. But so if it don't apply, let it fly. But don't ever tell me, whether you're a Republican or Democrat, but especially the Republicans, you're not making this a Christian nation. You want to know why I'm saying this? How could America ever be a Christian nation if we don't have universal health care? There should not be a such thing as health insurance. All Americans should be allowed to go to the doctor to be healed and to be saved. Okay? And don't come up on here talking about, well, you're not supposed to mix the church with the state. Well, that's what they're doing. If you're talking about this is a Christian nation, why on earth are there waiting lists to see the doctor based on health insurance? If you cared about human life that needed to be healed and saved from the humans on the earth, then we would have universal health care. Oh, yes. There would be no homeless people on the street if this was a Christian nation. Everybody would be able to eat. Everybody would have a wage that is livable, that once you're 18, you can have your own apartment because everybody can afford it. If this was a Christian nation, the food in our supermarkets wouldn't be GMO. It would be Whole Foods. We wouldn't have to have a Whole Food store in order to get real damn food, because if you believed in God and this is the land of God and God wants us to eat good so our bodies and our vessels will be pure and protected and healthy, then all the damn supermarkets would have healthy food in it and not this fake ass crazy stuff you're putting in it, giving us cancer. If you cared about the life of a human being as a Christian, if it's all about God, if it was all about God, you would be executing these damn children rapists and follow the practice of eye for an eye, which is in the damn Bible. You would be executing them, not keeping them alive or giving them 7 months in jail. If you really love children, you would be finding these damn missing kids. You would be going, if you care so much about embryos and abort, why you ain't going hard for these living children? All a lot of these politicians are trying to do is control women's vagina and hating against the people who are openly gay. They rather you be on the down low, pretending to be straight, effing men that bring your wife HIV, then you come out the closet and be real with who you are. Shit. Y'all can promote intact families all you want. You can't make nobody get married. You can't make gay men be straight. There ain't nothing you can do about it when it comes to somebody's sexuality. You know? They're not Christian completely. Not the way this country is. Absolutely not. Prove it to me. Prove it. Give us universal health care so that we can be saved by the doctors with our illnesses and fixed with ailments. Huh? Do that. Then I might take you a little bit serious. Give us why is it that a football player can get paid $100 million a year, but a damn school teacher and a nurse is getting paid nothing compared to them? And they're the ones that's training the future and taking care of the sick. But a person that just runs and catches a ball gets $100 million a year. And I'm not saying they ain't got no skills. I'm just making an example. You know what I'm saying? So miss me with it. If anything, I need to be running this country, to be honest with you. But I mean, no, they trying to take us to the Handmaid's Tale. Yeah, I think about it, Royal Jim. Sometimes I think about it. I thought about being a detective before. I want to get these damn rapists and these child sex rings. But when I thought about it, I said, you know what? I would go so hard to get these people. But then it's like, well, once you get them, the government don't even execute them. They literally just do a few years in jail and then they're out back in the street. It's like you arrested them, you got them for nothing. I'm convinced this country, this world don't love women. They don't. Because if you did, you would take them out. The animals that got to be put down. But it's ironic I just said that because look at what she did. I think it's disgusting what she did. You could have easily took that damn fur baby to the vet to get put down instead of getting a gun and doing that to him. Please. And the fact that you said less than worthless, a less than worthless hunting puppy. What do you mean less than worthless? Her ass is dangerous, and that's all I got to say. You will not be getting my vote, Kristi. I don't trust you. I think you're a psychopath. Okay, so. Kanye West, former secretary. Security guard, not secretary, sorry. Well, Kanye West is getting sued for discrimination against black people. I'm not shocked at all. I done told you a number of black people are prejudiced. I don't care that they black. Shit, Kanye West, half of them, they don't even like to hire black women models, half of them. You know, and then when they do, they make them look tore up and raggedy on the runway like some damn slave doll or something. It makes me sick. So Kanye West's former security guard is suing him for discrimination against black employees and wrongful termination. Why does Kanye just look so bad? He looks like he ain't washing. How you got all this money and you looking like this? Oh my God. My goodness. Okay, so, okay, it says Kanye West is facing allegations from a former employee that he subjected black employees to less than favorable treatment than their white counterparts. The security guard says that Kanye West frequently screamed at and berated black employees, firing him because he refused to cut his dreadlocks. Well, I do agree with a man looking clean cut on the job. I know the Crown Act exists, but no, you need to look professional. I don't want no raggedy, unkept dreadlocks. You ain't working for me with your head looking like that. You ain't representing my company looking like that. Go clean your ass up. And that's how I feel. Get mad if you want to. But Kanye West, I believe it. I believe it. I don't always jump on everything. I believe there still needs to be proof, but I can totally see this with stuff I've seen from him already. You know, I could totally see something like that happening. What do y'all think? You think it's true? Do you think that Kanye West treated the black employees different from the white ones? This is not hard to believe because I've experienced this on a job. There's a TikTok going around right now that they're mad at black women managers or women who work under black women managers for speaking out how they were treated. Oh, yeah, you got a lot of black people. They act real familiar with you. They think because I'm black, you can talk to me a certain way. But you scared to boast at that white person because you know they might sue your ass and that the law is more on their side than ours. So you tiptoe around them, but you think you can do me a certain way. Just same way Puff Daddy was treating that choreographer Lorianne on national TV, talking to her for filth. You see, they know that black people don't sue like other people, which I said that's going to stop. We're going to start suing y'all asses a lot more, and I'm here for it. You ain't going to treat me how you want to because I'm black like you. You ain't getting away with it. You're not going to treat that white woman with more respect, but then treat me like dirt. I don't think so. But the reason that happens is because we're known to tolerate it. We're known to put up with the shit. Out of fear because they know we need our job. Okay, they think, well, she ain't going to say nothing. She need this money. Or who she thinks she is. I'm Kanye West, girl. You're lucky you even got in my presence, you know? And look, I ain't going to say 100% that it's true that he did it, but it's not uncommon. It's not uncommon for black bosses and employees to talk to other black people they work with or for like I'm your cousin or something, and you think you going to disrespect me or say certain sexual jokes towards me and all this other stuff. No, you will respect me. And when you talk like that as a black woman, especially, they say that we're acting white. We think we're white. We're an Oreo, or we think we're better. No, it's just you're going to respect me. Or when you start to have standards. Oh, you're acting like the oppressor because you told me not to bring my ass to the job with my pants sagging and my hair looking like a nest. You told me to quiet down. Yeah, it's called universal standards. I'm not going to promote you acting like a hooligan, as my dad would say. Just because I'm black like you can call me white all day. I really don't care. No, I don't want you acting a certain way at my job. Shoot, you represent a company. We have to work with the public of all races. I'm tired of my group being seen as ghetto and trifling and don't know how to act, and nobody wants to work with you. That has to change and have standards. So, Damn, Felicia says, I've been in a lawsuit for the last year. I'm not playing. Okay. Hopefully everything works out. Perfect Nail says Kanye didn't. Very possible. So we'll see how this plays out with him, you know. So, this man, he's one of many. He's one of many that's been caught with his eggplant in people's food. This makes me nervous. When you're eating, when you go to order some food, you really don't know what somebody doing to your food. That's why they say be nice to people that's making your food. You could be nice all day and they still might put their penis in your food, their sperm, their spit, their snot, all types of stuff. It's just, you can't trust nobody for real. For real, you really can't when it comes to your food. And seeing stories like this gets so many people paranoid. Like, my God, imagine you eat something and then you get sick and you'll think, oh, it's just food poisoning, not knowing it could be something he now put up in your food. So this guy worked at a restaurant, and take a good look at him. Take a good look. Take a good look. He put his eggplant, his penis, in the food. And he had child corn. Okay. It says Othello Holmes was allegedly caught on camera placing his genitals in open food in a Houston restaurant. It was after the investigation that they got a hold of his phone and they saw the true depth of his reprehensible and pervy behavior. So they found child porn on his phone and they discovered him putting his penis in people's food. Remember, I showed that story last year of that man who worked at a facility and he didn't like the employees, so he jerked off in the woman's cup and she drank it and she got an STD that she can't get rid of in her throat. He had done it multiple times of ejaculating in that woman's drink, and she didn't know it until she caught something in her mouth. So you got to be so careful. Don't leave your purse around. Don't accept food from everybody. Watch people. Okay? God knows what's going on around the whole country and places, even places that's racist that don't like black people. You show up in there, they might have a whole different section of food with shit in it just for black people. You don't know? Don't nobody know for real? Don't nobody know for real? Perfect Nail says, don't let people touch you. Okay. It's just, you got to be so careful. I'm telling you, I keep saying that what's going on in Texas. Texas just had that man who dismembered his girlfriend. Texas has syphilis cases up to 200%. I believe it's Houston. Okay. Oh my God. Now this in Texas and Houston. So now when I spoke about the Handmaid's Tale, Claudia Jordan had posted this. A pregnant women in Missouri, they can't get a divorce. We just talked about that. I had a caller talk to me about no-fault divorce that's happening in parts of the country where you can't get rid of the damn man. They're making you. This ain't about love. This is about control of the punani. And women don't want to just come out and say it. I'm going to say it for you. Men aren't going crazy because they're thinking of being, I'm just so lonely. It's not all of that. They don't want y'all taking that punani away. That's why do you think men could stay in marriages longer than a woman? He might not like you, but at least he gets to F you and have an orgasm. You don't get one, but he does. You ain't nothing but a piece of property. And he cheating on you with other women. So yeah, I got a wife. She cooks, she cleans, she does what I says. No, she can't stand me. When I want some of that punani, I get it. What? Now they don't want y'all to be able to say, get the hell away from me. So pregnant women in Missouri can't get divorced. It says it fuels domestic violence. And they not playing, y'all. Look, it says the state's law requires women seeking divorce to disclose whether they're pregnant, and the state judges won't finalize the divorce during a pregnancy. Texas again, and Arkansas have similar laws on the books. Okay. It says that, okay, Claudia Jordan says, attention all women, vote like your life and your civil rights depend on it, because it does. Missouri law requires women seeking a divorce to disclose if they're pregnant. Okay, it says advocates in Missouri are now pushing to change this law, arguing that it's being weaponized against women of domestic violence and contributes to the contraction of women's reproductive freedoms in the post-Roe versus Wade landscape. Okay, like I said before, a lot of these laws that they're trying to do is not because they love women. It's not because they're Christian. It's about control. I don't get men, though. They complain when women have a baby and that they have to pay child support. Then they complain when you keep the baby. Then they complain when you don't keep the baby. Do you know what would happen if women had... Let me tell you something, ladies. Your man is going to get that punani without question. Whether you listen to me, what do you think would happen in the world? Well, you would get pregnant every year. Women can have up to 30 children, 20 to 30 children. You can get pregnant every year. Your man is sleeping with you. He controls you. His sperm. Remember when I told you last year that a woman went to a nursing home and she spoke to these old white women who said that I just kept throwing the babies off the bridge because she couldn't. Her husband, she must have lied to her husband, because that's what women. Remember when women used to use the hangers to have an abortion? They used to use coat hangers. I can't imagine it, but that's what they used to do. That's what they used to do. That woman last week, they saw she had 4 babies in the freezer with the placenta still attached. Remember, she's like 69 and they don't want to put her in jail because they don't know when she did it. And they said she's not in her right mind and she was married. What do you think is going to happen? I'm not saying I support abort, you know what? But what do you think is going to happen when married women and not married women keep getting pregnant every damn year and they're poor? They can't take care of 17 damn kids. They can't, a number of them. What do you think is going to start happening? You really think that if you change the laws, you going to stop abort? You ain't going to stop it. Them women going to be throwing them babies off the bridge just like they used to. They going to come up with lies and tell their husband, I miscarried, I lost the baby, when really the babies was thrown off a bridge or buried alive. And that's a horrible thing, but you're going to see a lot more of that. And some men going to do it too because they don't want to pay child support. Men who are married are going to be in on it too because they can't take care of all them kids. Nobody is telling men, y'all need to get a vasectomy. They're all about controlling the woman, and the man is the one with the baby batter. Y'all not going to stop effing us. Y'all can't. So shut up if we keep getting pregnant. Y'all better change the law and give us some money. Because, you know, if y'all make all of us have kids, we get pregnant 17 times every year pregnant. Do you know what that would do to a woman's mental health, her physical health, having all them kids? Unless they start tying their tubes. But the way Republicans are rolling, they might come for that next. You can't tie your tubes. You can't do that. Listen, look, then what y'all think is going to happen when women are getting pregnant every year by their man? It's too much. You know? Missouri. So it's not a game. And y'all, it's happening. It's unfolding right in front of us. The Handmaid's Tale is unfolding. These men are trying to run women's lives, and they don't even know what it's like to have a menstrual cycle. They don't know nothing about menstrual cycles, diarrhea, heavy bleeding, big blood clots. Yeah, I'm gonna take it there. What y'all know about that shit? You don't know nothing. You don't know nothing. Y'all still can't even figure out how to help us when it comes to our menstrual cycles and hormone imbalances. But yet you think so much, you know so much about a pregnancy. And they got the audacity to try to say, the woman can pass away during childbirth. Like she can't get rid of the baby if her life is in danger. So you mean to tell me that you rather my life be taken and I can have another baby? And y'all don't even like children. That's the crap that ain't making sense. They don't even really like children. So, we shall see how women vote this year or next year. We shall see what y'all do. Because these men are trying to run you. They are mad, a number of them. And the crazy thing is, why are these men so mad and y'all the ones who created the system? They're up here complaining about the way stuff is. We didn't do it. Y'all did. Y'all the ones running the world. So why don't you fix it to be better since y'all the ones running every damn thing in a way that makes sense? So, But I do have some good news. Jalen Hurts, with his cute self, he donated $200,000 to install new air conditioner units in Philadelphia. This is one thing I like to see because I had said before, you see so many rich black people who do not do a damn thing, and it makes me sick. The fact is, there are schools that need computers, that need, I've even heard of them needing printers. So this is a great thing to see. It's great that he did this. It's getting hot. Summertime is approaching. So they're going to have some air conditioner in their schools. And I would love to see more do stuff like this. It's not all about giving to some of these fake old charities sometimes. Go to the school, buy them some laptops, buy them some computers, buy them some printers. They need that in some of these schools. If I was a rich person, I would do this. I would find some of the poorest parts of the country, and help the school out, that they need certain things. The nursing homes need stuff. So this was really good to see him do that. Okay. And speaking of being careful again, listen, y'all, please be careful. This woman, this TikToker, she was arrested for selling fake weight loss drugs, leading one woman to develop life-threatening lesions. It says that Isis Navarro-Reyes, a New York-based TikTok user, was not licensed to administer prescriptions. She allegedly used her social media platform to illegally promote and sell prohibited Ozempic and other products. Her action caused significant life-threatening injuries to some victims and put all of her victims in harm's way, says U.S. Attorney Damian Williams. So you got to be careful going to fake doctors and fake nurses and stuff. And, if you go to somebody, you can ask them, do you have a license? Are you really a real doctor and stuff like that? Ozempic has been trending a lot. I told you before, I actually had Ozempic and I noticed some side effects I didn't like, that I didn't know would happen. You get a burp, a sulfur burp that will not stop. It's constant every day, sulfur burps. And one lady said that her stomach was paralyzed, and some people experience other symptoms of using it. And does it make you not hungry? Sometimes, but not all the time. Like if you're going to use Ozempic, you have to eat healthy. Then you'll lose the weight with it. But if you're still eating what you normally eat, you're not going to be dropping a bunch of weight. So, so speaking of people to look out for, let's look at this real quick. Be careful when going to get your veneers.
I don't know. I am currently going to school to become a veneer tech.
I'm Kiki Ayers, and I am a victim of the veneer villain.
Good evening, guys. My name is Dr. Trevor Jamal Thomas, board member of the United Council of Cosmetic Dentists. We, the collective, would like to share with you a few reasons why we unequivocally oppose such actions dubbed value veneers.
I'm Dr. A, and we have heard all the buzz about these veneer techs. Let me tell you, this is not a real job. This is not a real profession. To do veneers, you must complete an 8-year dental course. That requires you to go to school, that's right, for 8 years. You cannot learn all this in a 2-day course. This is actually highly illegal to impersonate a doctor of any kind. It is highly illegal to do procedures that are qualified only by a licensed doctor.
Hey, what's up, y'all? It's Dr. Q. Everybody has been asking me about veneer breath. Like, is that a thing? Why is it a thing? And it's a thing because people are going to unlicensed dentists. They're not taking care of the underlying issue, which is why it's important that you go to a restorative dentist to ensure that you're taking care of your teeth prior to placing any type of cosmetic or aesthetic restorations.
Here's a big red flag, guys. Whenever you see a business that goes by teeth by, veneers by, smiles by, and it's not being offered by a licensed dentist in a dental office, it's not a good idea. Don't do it.
I was around when they was giving booty shots for the low in their garage. I grew up from a lady down the street that was actually doing her garage, so I know ain't nothing new under the sun. I know if you think you're a licensed contractor, you feel like you can do everything, but nah, not this. If you feel like you think it's like, it's just like nails, it's just like doing, it ain't.
You can play basketball, you can play football, you can play golf, you can even play tennis, but you can't play dentistry. Ugh.
Another huge issue that we have with what's going on is the potential for harm and even death to patients. As scary as that sounds, these procedures, if not done by a qualified licensed dentist, can lead to infections in the gum, it could lead to tooth loss, it could lead to infections that spread into the sinus, even into the brain, which could cause death. Yes, it is that serious. What if the patient has high blood pressure?
Oh, y'all taking blood pressure? They taking blood pressure, John?
No.
Man, say.
What if they have a latex allergy? What if? There's too many what ifs.
Hey, how y'all know what's going on if they got infection? This dangerous, y'all. Like, are they numbing people up with this? Y'all truly, like, numbing people up. And do you know how many epinephrines you can give somebody before they just start, you know what I'm saying? Start getting clammy? Man, y'all don't know, man. Like, for real, it's scary to actually deal with patients on a regular, and I'm an old dentist.
And if you guys are looking for affordable dental veneers right here in the United States, you don't need to see a veneer tech. No, you can tap into one of these resources like Seeking a Cosmetic Dentist that offers payment plan options that'll allow you to smile now and pay for it later. Visit your local dental school that offers veneers like NYU Dental School.
Now, in other news, you're going to end up paying twice. I can't count how many times I have to redo someone's work that was not done properly. And a lot of times people are going to these quote unquote veneer techs and not getting work done properly. And at the end of the day, you're going to end up paying twice. So I urge you, do it right the first time so you don't have to do it again. Holla back at Dr. Q. Peace.
If you have that drive and passion to change lives by enhancing folks' smiles, find yourself a mentor, a licensed dentist who can show you how to do dental school and how to get it done the right way. Stop playing in these folks' mouths, man.
Shoot, I went to nurse school before I became a dentist. It's scary dealing with patients and telling you just out here working on people without having this health history. It's too many unhealthy people to just be working on them without getting all the information on them, y'all. Y'all go, Don't do it. Don't do it. You taking liability to somebody's life. They can unalive them. That's a new term I heard if you didn't know about that. You can't say the D word, unalive.
So please, do not trust these people with your teeth.
If you want your veneers to look natural, not like a natural disaster, you should book with us. Thank you.
Okay, look, I didn't know people were going to get their veneers done by fake doctors. And it's crazy because I was wondering, is there a smell with veneers? You know, they put that over your real teeth and you're not brushing your teeth anymore. It's just, I don't know, child. So be careful. You heard what they said. Go to a licensed doctor. You can even go to the school, the dentist school. I don't even know if I would want to go to a school for sure. I want a straight up and down professional to do my teeth or any kind of work. So just be careful. Be careful, y'all. So let me show you 2 more things. This was something really great to see.
Dating, and she's the waiter. When you come in, the men open the door for the lady. It's a form of I honor you. Men, we gotta make sure we're sitting where the door is. The reason why is because I gotta see who coming in that boy. It's a form of protection. So she sit down, I sit down. Allow her to order first. Like we like sex, they like food. Look, she's smiling. She can't even stop smiling. The cheeseburger face. Now, I'm spending time with your mind, and we're not just sitting there looking crazy. Dating, and she's the waiter. When you come in, the men open the door for the lady.
This is so good to see, but I also said this is a damn shame too. But what do you think is going on? But so many of these guys don't have fathers. Are the mothers teaching them how to date a woman? How to act? Do they even know about where the man should be sitting? Why does my mind tell me no? So this was refreshing to see him show them this is how you treat a lady on a date. You open her door. You open the car door. You open her seat. You sit here. This is how you protect. We need to see a lot more of this type of thing going on for both the guys and the girls. Okay? Because what I've been seeing lately is not good. You know, you can't lose these type of skills. We should not be regressing. We should be progressing. And, you know, a lot of these young guys who are growing up with no daddy, and some of them got a daddy and their daddy ain't no good, but a lot of them ain't got no daddy. Who's teaching them how to act like a man? Who's teaching them how to court? Who's teaching them about how to put a condom on properly? Are the mothers getting a banana and saying, this is how you put on a condom? Why does my mind tell me no? Is she teaching him as a teenager how to clean his penis if it's uncircumcised correctly? Are you teaching him that? I don't give a damn if he's 17. He ain't grown yet. Are you teaching him? Besides, I know a lot of women tell their sons don't hit a girl, but do you explain stuff to him? And can you fully explain everything? I mean, you don't have a penis. You don't know what he's going through, getting an erection every damn 10 minutes. He's a man. So it's really good to see a man step up and show them this is how it's done. This is why you sit the opposite of there, so you can see the door to see what kind of threat could be coming in. I've never seen a black man, but any man but a black man talk like that and show that type of stuff to other men, young teenagers, you know? Yeah, I agree. Perfect Nail says even the ones with daddies have bad social skills. Yeah, because their daddies have bad social skills too. But if the daddy came from a home with no daddy, that's why I said before, it's a disaster. Because even if black men tried to do better, they got a lot of work to do when they are lacking already. Because their daddies didn't get any skills. Their daddies don't know how to use tools. He don't know how to use tools, but the Mexican and white men stay in Home Depot and know how to fix their house. And he has to call them because he don't know how to do none of that because his mama didn't know. She's a girl. And if his daddy didn't learn or didn't know because he didn't have a daddy, it's just a disaster over and over. So, hold on. Alexander says they're watching red pill content. That's what's raising them. Yeah. Show me some of them red pill men trying to teach them how to fix the plumbing in the house, how to put a condom on properly, how to wash their behinds. I will say Kevin Samuels did say that. That was one great thing that I could say he actually said. You know, They're not teaching them about manly skills. All they teaching them is how to avoid women and paying for a woman and taking care of a woman. I ain't seen hardly none of them give these men life skills and social skills on how to function as a man, because half of them are lacking in that their damn selves. Okay, so let me show you the last story of the night.
It's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being proud to be an American. And I thank Commissioner Daughtry for putting that flag back up. We're not surrendering our way of life to anyone. And it's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being proud to be an American. And I thank Commissioner Daughtry for putting that flag back up. We're not surrendering our way of life to anyone. Fly in our country.
Damn. Eric Adams ain't playing again. Now, people were mad at Eric Adams. They said it's all your fault, Eric Adams, because you was supporting the migrants. And then when shit got real, you was like, I mean, things change. Things change. He realized he made a mistake. Now, let me say this. America, we are a country full of different people. We have people here from all over the place, and that's a great thing. That's what makes America America. But America, this is America. Like, I have that video that's still popular on my shorts of the black girl in Texas who couldn't get a job because they said, oh, you don't speak Spanish. So people were like, how are you going to come to America where English is the dominant language of our country and you won't hire me if I don't speak Spanish? This is discrimination. You know, we couldn't go to your country and make you speak English. So why are we being forced to speak Spanish? But the government ain't got a problem with that, though. I mean, Texas is majority Hispanic. California, they're hiring other Spanish speakers or other Mexicans and stuff like that. And Eric Adams said that this is going to destroy New York. I have the clip. He said this migrant situation is costing so much money and the children in America are being set to the side. The homeless people are being kicked out of shelters for migrants to come in. U.S. veterans don't get anything, but migrants are getting cards with thousands of dollars. This is a disgrace to America. And now he's like, hold on, this is despicable. You're replacing American flags with foreign flags, and this is an American country. See, America is a joke to a lot of people, because if you go to a Muslim country, the law of the land is the law of the land. You know where you're at when you go over there. You know that they pray like 3 times a day. They have Ramadan. They don't have no damn children and no men and women changing their genders. They're not chopping up penises and all that. They ain't playing none of that. But America, now there's a third gender and all this craziness going on. Okay. Juanita Smith says, I'm in New York and it's become a nightmare. Okay. So he's not having it. Eric Adams is like, look, we see what's going on. Y'all are trying to replace us as Americans, especially black up in this country. Now you're trying to get rid of the American flag. No, understand, this is America. This is where you're at. Respect that. You're no longer in your country. It's the same thing I've heard of people going to parts of England. You don't like the law of freedom. You're oppressive, but yet you move to England. Why? Go fix. If you don't like it, live the way you was living in your own country, because you can't come up over here and just change everything. You know, that's going on worldwide, where people are anti the country they're going to and trying to change the country into their country's beliefs, their customs, their laws. It don't work like that. And when you take a stand like Donald Trump, then they call you a racist. They do that. And my thing, I'm all for all people being together, but you got to respect, I'm American. I don't know about other black people. I'm proud. I'm a proud American, boo. I'm American, baby. My culture, Because I see black people on TikTok. Baby, my culture is American. That's my culture. My culture is American. Okay, you don't have to put me into a subgroup. American. All right? And what do y'all think? I mean, do you think it was serious for Eric Adams to get mad that they are putting other countries' flag to be flown on the U.S. campus and not the American flag? Do you think America is turning into not being America anymore? Do you see this as a disaster, or is it good for diversity? You know, I promote diversity, but I don't promote diversity if the people, how do I put this into words? I'm tired of people who are racist coming to a country known to try to diversify. I mean, America ain't never been perfect, but it's like we're going backwards. I see everybody saying, well, everybody needs to have their group, and then just stop it then. What was the point of civil rights? What's the point of freedom and diversity if everybody wants to segregate? If y'all all want to segregate, then take your ass back to your damn country if you can't live amongst everybody here and be friends with people here. I don't support racism. Racism is disgusting to me. We shouldn't even have to say such and such should only look out for their group. I understand it, but it disgusts me too. It's like it should be all people are trying to work together. It shouldn't be, well, you got to stay with your group and my group, and we got to do this and F everybody else. If y'all all want to be hateful, miss me with your Christianity, miss me with talking about America the free. I love diversity, but everybody got to stay with their group. A bunch of racism. It's racism. I don't care what you say. Yes, it is. I don't want to be separate but equal. I think separate but equal is just another way of being racist and nasty. We can all live together. We can have freedoms, but we're going to separate. This group sits over here and you sit over there. This group has this state and does this, and we live over here. Oh, I only have the black businesses. They have Mexican business, white businesses. Okay. Y'all did all that fighting just to regress and try to promote segregation again. Make the shit make sense. It's evilness. Human beings not wanting to be friends with other human beings and hating them just because they're a different complexion or different religion or different culture is disgusting to me. All of it. Shit. But you do have racist migrants coming up in here. They don't like nobody. But yet you want to come to America, benefit from America and all that. I don't agree with that shit. No, you come to America, everybody need to learn to be friends with each other. And Americans who are Americans should be looked out for. And the veterans and all that other stuff. You know, again, you can't go to Islamic country and take over they shit. When you go up over there, they let you know, this is an Islamic country. Okay, we pray to Allah. We don't eat pork. We have we have Ramadan. Okay, we don't dress revealing. Our laws is this. You ain't coming up over here and just take up off our stuff and change, you know. But you come up over here and you don't know what the hell's going on in America no more. You can barely even have your products manufactured over here. It's made in China. You can't even drive your car to a company or on the airplane in America. You got to go across the whole world just to see who making your damn dresses for your products. And they might F it up. You know what I'm saying? America is turning into a fourth world country. Everybody with sense knows it. So... So hold on. Human nature is to look out for your own. I also noticed that people who say that, why do you have to be racist in order to love other people? There ain't nothing wrong with supporting people of your tribe, as they say. But I notice a lot of people who talk like that are often very hateful people. Why do you have to hate the next person just to love your own people? You can't love your people and love other people at the same time? Everybody wants to compete with each other and hate every damn body. It would make better sense if the whole world actually operated and worked together with something to build this planet. Instead of I'm going to group here and F you and F you. It's all a bunch of war, a bunch of hatred. I'm not unrealistic. I promote Black businesses. I understand the position we're in and other people. But it's also like, why in the world does the world have to be that way where everybody is racist at the end of the day? Or in order for me to be pro-Black, I gotta hate this one. I gotta hate that one. Mind you, we are a group that produces not a damn thing, and we need all of these other groups that some of you can't stand because you don't have shit. So you need to have good relations with them. The ones who are racist can kiss my butt. You know? Perfect Nail says humans are humans. That's like cows saying we don't look out for these cows over there. Exactly. I mean, but I understand the world that we're in is not the way it should be. And Black people, there are people who don't like Black people. Yes, Black people need to support Black businesses. But that doesn't mean if I want Mexican food, I can get Mexican food from a Mexican restaurant and then go to the Black-owned laundromat and support them. Like, I don't believe why I gotta hate other people just to love my own race. That doesn't make sense to me. Why can't everyone just get along and still support people from their culture too? And anyone else you want to? You know, I just feel like everyone fought for integration. And what I see is like people want to regress and go back. The fact that segregation existed in the first place is absolutely disgusting. But everybody's so God-loving and so religious. Get the fuck out of here. But anyway, that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say. Let's keep it good. Okay. So I'm going to play what Eric Adams said one more time, and then I'm going to go. Yeah, Kate says there are people on both sides. I think the racist people of every race, including us, they all need to get together and go to one side of the country and fight. Those of us that want to build something for all humanity and get along, we need to link together and build some shit. And let the other ones who are hateful go fight each other like they've been doing since the beginning of time. You know? So let me play Eric Adams again, and then I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you all for joining me so much.
And it's despicable that schools will allow another country flag to fly in our country. So blame me for being proud to be an American. And I thank Commissioner Daughtry for putting that flag back up. We're not surrendering our way of life to anyone.
Make sure you hit the bell for all notifications so you know when I'm live and when I upload. Check out my shorts, and you all take care. My email is in the description box. And if you would like to donate to your girl, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.